Okay, it's time to continue Sherlock Holmes's Great Deduction. Or, sorry, it's time to fix. Sorry, not even Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Sholmes' Great Deduction. My bad. Hey guys, it's Light here, and I'm back for another one here with some more Great Ace Attorney. Last time we found out about Miss Pavlova having a scratch, having a cat, and that she ended up hiding some evidence in her wastebasket. That may prove that Kazuma actually, his cause of death is that he slipped and fell, and as a result, he perished. Kinda sad. Alright guys, let's continue. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object. It would seem one that has a familiar air, in fact. Please stop at the dramatics, I swear. Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asagi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no. So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be? Sorry, it's leading up to a question. I don't know why I was reading it like a sentence. Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? Yeah! You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? I don't know. That hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Please. Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruto. I swear. Yes. Evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell. That would be... I think... Is it here? Let me see. Yes. And let's just try. Won't hurt.
Yes!
Yes! If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble? I beg of you, stop. Your absent feline friend, Darka. Got her. Good God. Okay, but like this sad. She must be filled with so much guilt, and I'm just like, yeah, get her. Oh my gosh. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. Death by tripping over a cat. See, that's sad. That's part of the reason why I don't think he's dead. Like, come on. Section complete. Elementary. Or Eureka, as the cool kids would say. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Dark, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands. People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast. She disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it? Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darkra with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it's safe to try to lure the kitten back again by dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Dark always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. The faint whistling sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Hey, so we know what both were now. Interesting. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... What? Oh my gosh. Oh no. I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful pain. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. Kazuma was. There's gotta be more. From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Beria is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asagi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, a combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. Oh goodness. But what became of the kitten afterwards? Don't tell me they never came back? In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Oh, she did come back, good. That's really good, that's good. But yeah, actually, not as good, because Yadarka is nowhere to be seen. Sorry, I messed up his voice completely. I must have forgotten to lock my case, and now she's disappeared again. Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself at least. That's funny. When I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next to mine had died, but I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right. Where is it? The snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it, and where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship? This poor guy, can someone take it off him? He's petting it now? Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is... Perosco? What? What? He just let them ramble on. He didn't think to say, oh, no, he's my friend. And whilst Sholmes is doing his own thing. Oh my gosh. That snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here. He's your friend. Why is he choking the life out of you? Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin? But animals are not on board. We're at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long with that close friend? Without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Huh? Roscoe does not have venom. He is harmless, very long, but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. One of these things does not belong with the other, and it is that snake, sir. It's venomous? Yes, now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. Sir, I've never seen a snake smile in my life. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Ha! Like they say they milk chickens? Ridiculous! Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Roscoe eats mouses, big fat round mouses. And the bigger and fatter the better. So is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Sholmes! Oh, poor Sholmes. It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a bell cord. And it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a storing rule? It is not my fault. I do not make up stories. What? My Roscoe has nothing to do with this incident. I'm not so sure. So sure, sir. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. He tripped and fell on his freaking head. Imagine having to say that. Gosh, it's so sad, but so like, I don't know. Can we not have another awkward silence here? Somebody, anybody, say something. Miss Pavlova, thank you, Susato. I understand the difficult situation you've found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. But what are you talking about, Miss Mikatoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. She's still hiding something? It was just a series of unfortunate events, an accident. Could it be? Could it be it wasn't an accident? Oh, I don't know. I'm no great detective like Mr. Schultz. Trust me, he's not that great. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh. I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. Huh? A distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Ah, not again. When did he do that? Especially as if they are on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours, was he not? Yes. Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. Yes, Sasato. Yeah. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. Oh, what the heck? Oh my gosh. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. Stop. No, don't do it. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Gosh. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. So then, shall we begin? Yes. Yes! What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established it, haven't we? So hard to tell when they change speakers, and it's like this. The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still, an accident. Hold it! Yeah, hold it! Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? Are we, like, getting to a conclusion here? This is so weird. I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. Evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident. This? Can't be that, can't be that, can't be this. Can't be this either. I'm gonna try this. Yes! True, it's clearly recorded in this photographic print. Also, yes. There's no way that Mr. Asagi could have left this message on the floor. Yeah, that's what I was... Okay. That's why they flashed back to it. That script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language. Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. Well, he was not. He's on his way to Britain, not Russia. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast. That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry? What do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asagi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death. Ah! Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead. Interesting. That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asagi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there, if what Miss Pavlova told us was true. What? So, Suzato-san has noticed it too, then. Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident. In other words... I actually have no idea for this. Hold on, let me reread that. Remnant of something that could have possibly been there if she told us. Remnant of something. Remnant of something? The only remnant is this. What else is there? I'm just gonna try this. I don't care. Yes! I'll get penalized, so be it. Oh! Hey, I'm right. Okay. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. But that's the glass bell that the kitten had around its neck. We already know about all about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. Yeah, but is it possible that he broke it? Is it that fragile? So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Fortunately, there is a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no. Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asagi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. Oh my gosh, did she kill him? Or did she do it to hide the fact that her cat... How did she get in the room? Is she that skinny? I don't know. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilt. Yeah. Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asagi's... Oh, you are wasting time. Someone else was there. Duh, of course, we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. Oh, yes. And only wow, and only other person in cabin when young student died was you. Yes. It's true. I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. Oh, you said it like, would you mind? As I was saying... person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. In an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asagi really died. But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. A single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder, then, that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you? Powerful cords of steel. Seaman Stroganoff. Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on the ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal. Ah, so that's it. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that is not possible. I'd give my tooth. Please, I don't want your tooth, sir. Well, this is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? You are a great detective, you should know. Look truth in eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into the cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Yet, it's impossible. Ugh, he's right. But wait, I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around the door latches so they can open and close them from the outside. Wait. Huh? Wasn't she the one who told us that won't work on this bolt? Am I going crazy? Red, are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find in any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap in sight, no threads or needles or magnets could have been used. No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so... You're the one that told us it wouldn't work, what? Sato-san, how could you shift it onto me like that? Exactly, like what? So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily. What? I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. Believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside? One way does spring to mind, yes. Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, and so should you. Because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have. So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Pointed to telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside. This. Because both of them had the shelves messed up. If I'm wrong, but it's fine. Yes! Look at the bookcase there. Bookcase, not bookcase. See all the books and things on it have toppled over? That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel, after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects. Why does she have all of this in that tiny book of hers? I'm convinced it's like a tiny encyclopedia. Is there nothing Sato-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book, at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. Well, it was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like... Inspector Asanaga. Oh, yes. That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door. Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia, if you want to call it that. Or are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Asagi was killed? We're finally getting somewhere! Yay! The SS Buria made another emergency stop? When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I? Then when we came into this cabin, We were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Arasagi's cabin. Oh my. Do you have anything to say about this, Mrs. Pavlova? Oh, we're finally getting somewhere. I'm so excited. I need to know what happened. But why kill him? I don't know. I really hope this time we find out why, because in the last case we did not find out why, what was it, Dr. Wilson was killed by that lady? I don't remember her name. I really hope this time we find out why and everything. I need closure. Dang it. For Kazuma's sake, if he's actually dead. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.